right. Guys, we're back out here with another Will It Start. It has been months since we've had something that I thought it qualified to do it. And this truck is growing in the ground. We've got a 1983 GMC General with a very special engine under the hood. But we've got a special guest on the channel today. My good friend, Austin. But most of you, if you've been watching for a while, know him as...
Halfway.
From Halfway Performance. So we found this truck. It was posted on an antique truck page on Facebook, and I couldn't get there fast enough. I was like, I'll take it. And we're about 2 hours from home. We're over in St. Cloud, Florida. We're going to drive this thing back to Dade City today is the plan, as long as we can get it running. So we're going to go ahead and crack the hood on this thing. It's got a really special engine in it, a really, really cool engine in it. And I cannot wait to attempt this drive back. Austin has to leave out of here at like 2 or 3, go get his kids. And he says, I'm leaving with or without you. So I'm hoping we get this thing running and driving.
It's your way home.
In the next 3 hours so he can follow us home. So let's open the hood on this thing. Surprise, shawty. It's got a 8V92. It should have things to hold it.
Has it got cables?
Yeah, it does. Keep going. There you go. Okay. 8V92 Detroit. Was supposed to have been rebuilt a few years back. V8. Son, this is going to be fun. Now, we're going to pull the valve covers off of it and check to make sure the rack's not hung up, because these two-stroke Detroits are bad about the fuel racks underneath the valve covers sticking wide open or in the shut-off position. We've got all brand new batteries. Just looking around the truck, we've got some straps here that are broken on the fuel tanks. We stopped at Rural King and got a bunch of supplies. I've got a bunch of extra airlines. We've got a jack, and our plan is we're going to get this thing running, hopefully building its own air pressure, and then we're going to use the air pressure on the truck to air the front tires up, trying to minimize the amount of things it takes for us to go do a Will It Start. And this one I think is going to be really... You ever seen one of these before?
Not really in a truck.
It's a Jimmy with a Jimmy.
She burned a little oil, I'd say.
Shoot,
a couple times.
It just means it's got oil in it. You got any 12-point sockets there, partner?
No,
We can use a wrench. We can use a wrench, maybe. All right, so 9 times out of 10, these cables right here are corroded internally really bad. We've got our new battery set in there, so I didn't want to risk it, and usually they're missing. But seeing these here and the kind of shape they're in makes me feel a lot better about the truck, and us having the opportunity to actually drive it down the road. Now, I got on Amazon and did a lot of shopping. We got a lot of parts here so that we can go ahead and connect all these batteries together with these new bars here from Dorman. It's actually really nice instead of having to worry about those cables. And what we'll do is we'll lay this across all the batteries and hook them all up together. And we don't have any jump boxes with us, so we're going to pray that we play our cards right, and these all new batteries are all in good shape to do what we need them to do. Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, man.
All right. All new batteries installed. There's this other like solenoid system right here, another cable. This cable comes into the battery compartment and like goes back to some kind of an auxiliary trailer hookup. We're not worried about that, but we've got these old battery cables and all these old lugs. We'll kind of throw them back here, I guess, for now. We don't need those anymore. But I want to turn the key on and see if we have power. And if we have power, we're going to stop there and continue working on the engine, making sure she's safe to spin over. Whew. Not much space in here. Make the seat go backwards. That's it. Well, there we go. I guess it could be worse. All right, ready?
I hear beeping.
We're beeping. That's a plus. So, all right, we're gonna turn that back off. We got power in here. Now, let's get these valve covers pulled off. I want to do everything we can to make sure that when we decide to crank this thing, we're not spinning it over and spinning it over a lot to try to make it start. Now, I'll let you do the honor, sir.
You ready?
Just careful. There's a gasket underneath there, and we don't want
Yeah, I
to
know.
lose that gasket.
I was wiping them, and they just
Usually they
pop
don't ever
free.
come apart, so you should be okay. All right. It does not have Jake brakes. Dang. I was hoping it would.
That gasket's actually still pretty.
It's like a...
It's still squishy.
Dude, look how clean that is. Now, it's been sitting, so all the oil is drained back into the engine, but check that out. That's cool. All right, we'll set that right there. All right, we got to go grab a pair of pliers. And what we're going to do is make sure this rack... Oh,
Yeah.
we got one injector sticking on this side. Okay, so we have one to work with right here. And so, a pair of pliers. And we'll show them all that. All right, so what we're doing is the governor system here. We want to make sure that these pieces right here that come in and out of the injectors that give fuel are all moving. We got 1, 2, and 3 moving, but 4 over here is not wanting to move. So
Go ahead and rack it one time.
make it move.
They're all moving on this side.
There we go. We got that one freed up. I'm not going to go ahead and say it, but if this thing just cranks right up, I'm going to be pissed. 8 years since last time it started.
I got places to be and people to see.
Now getting the tires on the bead's probably gonna be more difficult than making this thing start. All right, so we've double checked that. Our, dude, these ants are falling from the fender.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's ants everywhere. I get my new Lamborghinis all nasty. I put on my carburetor tuning shoes and I got my screwdriver, so we're good today. All right, so all of our injectors are moving freely. That's a huge plus. Let's go to the other side and check it out. All right, now instead of pulling this valve cover all the way out, because there's a lot more going on the side, including the exhaust pipe for the stacks, we can see in here. Now, Austin, go ahead and move it back and forth. So I'm moving the governor on the other side, also operates this side. All of our injectors are moving freely. Now I can see the injector code, which is a 9A90. For any of our Detroit nuts that are watching this, I don't know a whole lot about these, but I did reach out to Keep Moving Them, our friend over at Old Two Stroker on YouTube, and he was talking to me about this. So 9A90 are the injector codes. And I was like, I sent him a picture of this thing. Yep. So I sent him a picture of this thing, and I was like, hey, can you tell me what engine this is? I know it's an 8V, obviously. Freaking, they're not biting, they're just crawling on us. These ants. Okay. Falling from the trees. He said if it's got a balancer on the front of it, which this one does, then it's an AV92. So we're like a 13 liter or something like that, which AV92 means you have 8 cylinders in a V and 92 cubic inches per cylinder. So pretty cool. I'm just super excited because this is a 2-stroke diesel. So I guess we'll set, what I want to do is instead of putting, we'll put this valve cover on it, and we'll go ahead and tighten this one up. We'll leave that one off since that one is easy to, and we'll just keep the pliers on the rocker assembly, so in case the governor or something is doing something funny, we can manually shut it down. So let's go ahead and put this valve cover back on. After we do that, we're gonna go ahead and check the oil. We'll go ahead and check the coolant, even though it can start up and idle okay, but we'll go ahead and check it. Yeah. Something I want to point out, and I don't know what this is, and someone comment down below and let me know. This looks like where you might, because it's sharp, where you might would just cram a ether can on there to start this thing up. I mean, look at it. It's like a needle. So right there, it's like the tip of a needle, but like a like an 8-gauge needle. Something really big that would probably hurt. So maybe that's where we hit her with a little bit of fresh air in a can and see if she'll crank. While Austin's doing that, we need to check fuel though.
See if you got any Jello in there.
Shoot.
Some pudding.
I think I see Echo. Oh, brother. She's like halfway full. We'll run home on 20-year-old diesel all day. She might. This is some diesel we could probably sell for high dollar because it's high in sulfur. Can't get that no more around these parts. This truck's going to run the best it's ever ran, the best it ever will run on the way home. And so we put that low sulfur diesel in it. It's going to be
Bleh.
bleh. But look at this. So check this out. This thing has got 2 fuel tanks. I think someone might have added that one. I don't think it's factory. It might be though. So look at this fuel line that connects the 2 fuel tanks. It's still soft. It just runs in a pipe to the other side of the fuel tank. I've never seen that before. Oh dude, we're gonna be My mind's going all over the place. I'm sorry. We got that Bluetooth stack. I feel bad for everyone that's a passenger beside us. Hopefully their windows are rolled down. So, oil dipstick here. Please be oil. Oh, it's got oil in it. That's good. A little rusty, but aren't we all? Hey, it's got some dead dinosaurs in it after all. It's right at the full mark too, so we should be good there. Our alternator here on the back of the engine still has a belt on it. That's gonna be the only thing that we really have to worry about driving home is the alternator blowing a belt or something. I think our air compressor is belt driven, so let's go make sure the air compressor looks good. All right, we have our coolant right here. It sounds empty. It's drier than the farted popcorn.
You want some coolant?
Dude, there's an ant on my back. These things are falling out of the sky. I swear, the sky's falling. Yeah, bring those 2 jugs of coolant. We'll go ahead and fill it up full of coolant, and we'll get it running good enough. We can pull it over there and put some water in it, or we can make runs back and forth with water. Fan's freed up, so the fan clutch looks like it might be working all right. A lot of debris up here. Oh, we're going to fire, Austin. You didn't tighten up our dang breather pipe.
Oh, no, not yet.
What the hell?
That's what the impact was over there for.
All right, there might be more ants. I know it's just a bite, so now it itches. We got the Providence Automotive Rural King Special. We walked in and said, hey, I need some coolant for a Detroit. You mean the green motor? I said, yeah, give me the green coolant. So 2 gallons didn't fill it up. We're gonna have to go make some trips and fill them up. You know, we've seen these kids doing the Tide Pod challenge. Back in mine and Halfway's day, we were doing the antifreeze challenge.
Soak them in meatballs.
Mm-hmm. Tasty. All right, Halfway, hop in there. Just like old times. The last Will It Start video him and I did was a train down at the...
We did a few trains.
Few trains, yeah. Down at the... you shouldn't need to push the clutch in. It should be good. She's in neutral.
Yep.
It's beeping still. All right, key on. Don't spin it over yet. Got a key on?
Yep.
All right, I guess spin her over.
Beautiful.
This ain't fair. It's not supposed to start this easy. Shut it off.
Where's the kill on it?
It won't shut off.
Is that what this cable's for? Is to pull it and kill it?
Heck,
or
I don't
is that
know.
the cruise?
Dude, 8 years this thing's been sitting, and it's been parked for 15, and it does that. We just need to get to the point where it's like, I don't even know. It's not supposed to start that easy.
Well, we still got to get tires on the wheel, see if it builds air pressure.
Hey.
Still a couple other steps.
Hey. All right, well, we're gonna get the valve cover put back on it and get that sealed up and then get the intake put back on the turbo so we're not contaminating the engine with anything. Fill the coolant up, and then we need to see if it's gonna build air pressure so we can use the air off the truck to air these front tires up. All right. Get this valve cover put back in place because I don't want a bunch of dirt and dust and stuff getting inside our beautiful little engine here. And get the bolts tightened up on her.
I don't know what I did with that wrench. Oh, I got it.
Something we need to do is still fill it up full of coolant before we let it sit here and idle and try to build air pressure. So
I think our funnest part, since it runs and starts, is going to be getting it up off the ground because that axle is literally buried in the dirt.
well, I think we can borrow some blocks of wood and we'll jack it up from the side or from the front.
The springs or something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Frickin' Austin with his...
Oh, wow.
What do you call these things? Your snap-on wrenches?
Yeah.
From...
Harbor Free Brain.
They literally fooled me good enough. I seen all these sockets in his back seat, and Austin has never bought an expensive tool in his life. He's the Hitachi king.
No, I've bought expensive tools.
Or Ryobi, I mean. Ryobi.
I got all DeWalt now. Things have changed. I've been moving up in the world.
All the DeWalt off the job sites, you mean?
No, I've actually paid good money for them. I did get a 1/2 inch impact off the job site, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, they dropped it. It was broken. You figure you just take out the garbage for them?
Yeah, help them out, you know. I'm a nice guy.
All right. We still have lots of things to worry about. Like, we need to check power steering fluid. Oil's good. But I mean, I guess if it blew a power steering line, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because we've driven some no power steering trucks. Not a big
Is
deal.
that the reservoir up there for the power
That's the
steering?
reservoir.
It looks like it's got a cap for like pipe dope or something on it.
All right, well, let's see if she'll start up without doing any funny business.
There's got to be a pull cable or something that kills it. How'd you kill it before, in the rack?
What is that doing?
That's moving.
That's the throttle.
Yeah, that's the throttle. What's that on the steering wheel? That says not for parking.
That's for the trailer brakes. Ready? Yeah, it's not shutting off.
No. That fan's not doing too hot either.
Oh, the shut-off solenoid's not working.
Oh, it's actually
But it's
on
also
solenoid?
air-powered, too.
Oh, is it?
So it may not shut off until it has air pressure.
Well, let's throw a little bit more water in it and let it idle, see if it'll...
Yeah, I'll put the intake back on if you want to put water in it. Austin, you want a water?
Yeah, if you can grab me mine.
Yeah. Here you go.
Beautiful.
So we got a couple gallons more coolant put in it. We got a battery box put on there. I'm gonna reach in here, start it up. We're gonna let it idle. I think you said you started to see some water in the top.
Yeah, when I was filling it up, I could just see it cresting.
All right, so maybe we'll be good enough to let it idle for a little while. We never did check oil pressure, so maybe I'll check that. But we want to make sure it's building air pressure, because we need that to drive it and air the tires up on the front. Oh, got that removable
Window seal.
window seal there. Oh yeah, this baby got 55 pounds of oil pressure at idle. It sounds so good though, doesn't it? I think it's straight piped already.
Yeah, I didn't see a muffler underneath of it.
They need some big old like 5-inch straight pipe, so it's just crackles.
Does that clutch fan engage once it gets hot? Or warm
Yeah,
up?
yeah. Oh, she's running out of fuel.
Fuel filter.
Are we leaking anything?
Exhaust. Supposed to be a gasket or something that goes into that?
We found out why we're not building air pressure. This air tank is shot. Now, we need to see if there's other air tanks on board. We can just block this one off. But that's a problem. So the owners of the truck have this, it looks like an old propane tank or something, but they converted it into using for air. But we're going to screw the valve out of the top of it and make it work for us. Maybe. Hopefully.
Did you open that thing up to make sure there's no air in it?
It's got air pressure. Oh, yeah. I don't think it does. It doesn't feel very heavy.
Air weighs a lot. I forgot.
I don't know how we're going to get this freaking valve loose. Maybe we can use this crescent wrench you got here, pal.
Can you just adapt onto the valve?
Yeah, it's like welded on there and some weird stuff. But it's 1/2-inch pipe down there where we need to actually put a fitting on it, so.
You know where Ford hid their air tanks?
No, sir.
We got an old Ford back here with engine in Yeah, bring 3 more brisket sandwiches.
Beautiful.
Well, it's turning a little bit. Let me just get this valve out of here. We'll screw us a different valve down into it. Allied Chemical Corp. I don't know what this thing would have had in it originally.
Gas, some sort.
Either be an LP tank or a Freon tank.
So while they brought us that tank, they managed to dig out this old tank sitting in a corner somewhere. I think this one might work. So I'm going to get the air hoses off this one. We're going to leave that one there. What do you think? Do we leave it there, or do we put this one right back in its place?
Oh, you could stack it right there behind this one underneath.
Or
the
we can put it there and just use all them ratchet straps I got.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and cut these hoses right there. And then got Austin the plumber with us. I mean halfway. I'm sorry. How dare I?
I haven't made a video in like 4 or 5 years.
How dare I? And we'll slide this tank out of here and see if we can put a replacement in there. Is that a 9/16? All right. One air tank out, and that right there was the problem.
You flip it over now and probably see a
Yeah,
hole
see
in
the.
it.
Shoot, we could have put that thing back on there and welded up. What are you talking about?
I mean, seriously, could have brought a welder with us.
All right. Well, we got to get these fittings in that one and plug off whatever holes we don't need.
I'm sure this is going to be a venture getting these two.
Oh,
apart.
getting these. All right, so we've got like this pressure valve right here. We'll get that unscrewed. I think it might be the same thread as this. Oh, you know why this tank's still good? It's aluminum.
Ooh. Another tank.
Really, we just need to try to plug off all the other holes, and we can use, if we can pull that one out. We'll use this side because we're gonna need both of these on the back side. So put that. Here, I got a hammer right here.
That's why Chris didn't want you to use his tools.
Yeah, we thought wrong.
You want a ratchet?
It's gonna take all of us to stand on this thing, and we're probably gonna break a ratchet taking it loose too.
No, not the Icon.
But we're gonna have to plug that off. That's a big pipe thread there.
Do you have a cap in your little kit to plug that, or?
I don't think so. That could be our only downfall.
Or consider taping it?
What is that, 1/2 inch pipe going in?
Yeah.
It's like fine thread.
That
though.
might, this right here might go there. But we're gonna pipe that one off too, so we'll figure it out. But we can always I can make a bunch of loops with hoses and stuff and make it work. All right, put all your let's try out this Icon ratchet here. It's supposed to be a replacement for snap. Oh,
Wow.
dang.
What was that again?
Talking that smack. I think it's coming out so easy because it's aluminum instead of steel. I don't know.
Well, a lot of times when steel and aluminum get together, they corrode and
Yeah, real bad. All right, so technically we needed
you get the
2 of
plug
these,
out of that
so let's
tank.
plug this one off. Put that plug right here because we don't need something this far out.
Do you have, where's the Teflon at?
Oh, hold on. We'd be in bad shape in a second.
Oh, hold on.
This is brass. Yeah, that one's not happy. Grab your hammer, we'll smack it a few times, try to break it loose.
You have that WD-40 or PB or anything?
I don't think it's gonna pierce into this stuff.
I mean, it's the thought that counts.
We're on a roll. Okay, so instead of breaking that off in the tank, we're gonna put this air hose right here, plug that one back off, and put a fitting right there, and we'll connect it all up. And what's gonna happen, we're gonna all this put together, and we're gonna find all the other air leaks on the truck.
Doof, 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 doof.
One new used air tank.
Where all the nuts and bolts in the dirt.
Put the air tank right in there, right in the dirt too. All right, so we need some of this 1/4 inch air line. Is this quarter? You sure? This 5/16, homie.
Did you have 1/4 inch?
I hope so.
I didn't see any.
Well, that's not good.
Well, you're the one that
It
ordered all
might
this stuff.
reach to where the old one is. If we don't have any. All right, we've got our air tank bolted up there. We gotta support it a little bit. It's just barely on there, but all of our air hoses are hooked up. Check that out. Does a lot of good when you come with every air hose and quick connect fitting that Amazon has to offer back there. So, fingers crossed, we got air pressure. Fingers crossed it starts up too, because it's starting to run out of fuel. All right, we'll give it a couple minutes and see what happens. Fan's spinning now.
We need the airline hooked up. Air control fan.
It's going up on a Thursday. So we had like 50 pounds of air pressure build, and Jack's like, hey, it's leaking air. Well, we found the other air tank, and the fittings are completely rotted, but I think this is just a reservoir, so we've got 2 air lines that coming into it. So what we're gonna do is just cut those, and we have our other propane chemical tank we were working on, and we'll just put it somewhere up here and strap her down. All right, we now have installed a 3rd air tank on here. We've bypassed the factory air reservoir back here. Let's crank it up, see if she'll build all the way up now. We're probably gonna find more leaks the higher it gets.
Should build up a lot faster.
Yeah, now it's not pissing everywhere. So what we're doing now is we got the front end jacked up a little bit. We're gonna clean this bead out because we want it to seal. I guess I'll let it back down and put the block underneath it. Damn.
I mean, I don't know how much good this.
Foothold. See what I did there is I said, hey Austin, let me reposition this wood, and if you'll position it. Now I tricked him into jacking it up for me.
Yeah, appreciate that.
You're welcome. Dude, look at the ants. Look at the ants.
Well, I'm sure they have a
Oh,
nest inside the tire.
We just woke them up. There you go. I think the back side of the bead's still on. Maybe.
No, it's not.
On the kind of. It's just got junk.
Blew off in the back.
So you guys just seen us inflate the tire with a tire inflator can right here. Don't try this at home. Don't try it ever. We're trained professionals. I got my certificate off the internet.
Sure.
All right. Just like that. Tire in a can. Woohoo, we got power steering. See if the clutch is stuck. What axle is that, the rear? Are they all spinning? All 8? Hell yeah,
7 of
brother.
them, but yeah.
What?
All 7.
Oh yeah. So we've had some mild success. We got it driven up there. We're gonna fill it up full of air. Halfway, he's got to go pick up his kids, and Ryan, I think, is gonna meet us halfway in case something happens. But thanks again to Austin for being in the YouTube video. I'd say go to his YouTube channel, but
I don't film no more.
he's retired.
Too busy.
He's living the life. So yeah, everybody say thanks to Austin. Comment down below if you guys remember seeing him on the old videos. But we're gonna get everything taken over to the truck, and he's gonna head out.
Bye-bye. See y'all in the next one.
Bye-bye.
In 2 more years, 3 years. I'll make my occasional appearance.
Well, guys, a successful Will It Start. It has been a hot minute since we've done a Will It Start. And man, what an awesome truck. And now we're going to get to attempt to drive it about 90 miles home back to Dade City. Big one of these. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Comment down below if you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more Will It Starts, we're going to start cranking them out as we can find them. And subscribe if you haven't already, guys. And yeah, we're going to hit the road. Get to see that in the next video, though. Fingers crossed, nothing breaks. Woo!